What's happening?
You were just talking about how you were playing Clark Griswold outside,
Yeah.
and your
Well,
neighbor had to help you.
yeah. Well, we were putting up lights up on the house, and my wife always has me put them around the bottom rim. And we noticed, I don't know, a couple months back that there's one corner of my house that, because we don't have gutters on our house, that was starting to get like a little bit of green and dark and dirty and stuff. So I'm always like, oh, while you're up there, since you're using the extension ladder, why don't we go ahead and pressure wash that? I'm like, okay, it's my neighbors out there helping me. And the cord's not just my hose is not just long enough. And he's up halfway on the ladder holding, because it's one of just a small electric one. And he's holding it. I'm pressure washing it, and we're both getting soaked. And
The little light turned twinkling, Clark.
so it
Don't
was
know
good,
why.
but we got all the lights up finally. And technically we had this like little cord lights. It was like 130 feet. It was a real small school, but all it has is like looks like these little glue marks, and that's where the lights are. It's meant to be like up year round or something like that. I don't know, but it's interesting. She wants the lights up. I put the lights up. That's about what it is.
Did you see that you can now get lights permanently installed on your house?
Hmm.
So you
I'm
can.
thinking about it for next year, so I
Are
have to
you
do
being
it
serious with me
every
right now?
year.
You're
I'm
not being
dead
serious.
serious.
You're gonna get lights permanently installed
I'm
on your
thinking
house.
about it. I'm thinking I might see how much it costs.
You're gonna get the permanent installation of
Uh-huh.
lights done on your house.
I would, well, probably not right now, but probably sometime middle of the year. Put them up. Yeah.
The little lights aren't twinkling, Clark. I
Well,
mean,
if you can see, you got two Clark Griswolds back here now in the middle. You got him in the
do you got
car
some?
and him, from the cover.
Do you got some Clark Griswolds back there? You don't
Yeah,
have Clark Griswold
I
back
got
there.
two of them. I
No,
got
you
him with the
don't.
car in the tree right
Yeah.
here, and then the DVD cover.
So the car was last year, right? Am
Yeah,
I thinking about that right?
yeah,
So
car I got last
the
year.
year before that was him in the sled. I have him in the sled, and the year before that I think was him with the moose cup. So
Yeah,
is him and
yeah.
Randy are drinking whatever it is that they were drinking. I'm sure that it had some kind of alcoholic, like what do they call it? Eggnog. I can't
Oh
stand
yeah.
eggnog. Eggnog's nasty. But anyways, um,
I like eggnog,
you
but
like eggnog?
oh yeah,
You
I
don't
like
like eggnog.
eggnog.
Who likes eggnog?
I do.
No one drinks it.
Yeah,
Do you drink it with alcohol?
sometimes
Why else would you drink it?
I like it just without
No,
alcohol,
you
but
don't.
yeah,
Who would drink eggnog without alcohol? Nobody in this chat would drink eggnog without alcohol.
I drink
Not a
eggnog
singular
without
person.
alcohol and with alcohol. But last year I opened up one of my favorite alcohol. Well, I'm a big rum person. I've got a collection of rum from around the Caribbean, and my favorite absolute rum is Appleton rum
Yeah,
from Jamaica.
yeah, you
They
get it
got
from
the
Jamaica.
best rum,
Yep.
and we cracked it. I had a big bottle. I probably have had in my shelf for like 6 years that we finally cracked open last year.
So when the last time I was in Jamaica, the only place you could actually get Appleton rum was from Jamaica.
Hmm.
Now, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago they changed that, and now they import Appleton rum here into the United States.
No, they've been importing it for a while. Like I said, I bought a bottle out here about 6, 7 years ago, and I just cracked it open last year.
No one's listening to you. No one's no one's listening to that. So
You
it
can
had
buy
to have been
Appleton.
in the last no way, but Appleton's good. I'm not a real rum person. I'm more of a whiskey person. More of a whiskey than anybody. Nobody drinks eggnog. Nobody would drink eggnog unless there was alcohol in it. I'm going to stick with that as my theory. As to no one on this planet would possibly drink eggnog without there being some form of alcohol in it.
I will drink eggnog without alcohol.
No, you won't. So,
Mhm.
anyways, we'll do it. We'll
I'm
do a
gonna buy
survey.
a small bottle of eggnog next week and just drink it on live just to show you.
So really quickly, as y'all are hitting that thumbs up, how about throw a comment over there and tell us if you drink eggnog or not? Because I have to know. Because I absolutely refuse to drink eggnog. It just does not do it
I even
for
used
me
to. I used
at
way
all.
back in the day. I used to make it fresh.
What? How do you
Oh
make
yeah,
eggnog fresh?
with eggs.
What?
Yes,
No.
that's where it gets its name. It's
No,
got
it doesn't.
eggs and cream,
You're
basically.
pulling my leg.
No,
What kind of cream?
eggs, cream, and nutmeg,
And
essentially.
vodka.
Well, that's later on, but
So
yeah,
so it's what?
it's eggs, cream, and like nutmeg.
No, it's not.
That's the basic ingredients.
Next thing I know, you're going to tell me Funko Pops are going to go up in value. Here we go again. We're going to talk about
That's why it's called eggnog. It's made with eggs.
If you say so. anyways, anyways, we got a little bit of Funko news we're gonna go over today. They got some changes going on in their headquarters. I want to talk about some new and upcoming pops. I want to talk about the deluxe pops. We got some new Star Wars variants coming out. I'm even gonna like talk about Snoop Dogg a little bit because I think that we're gonna have to talk about Snoop Dogg a little bit. So we have some exciting stuff that we're gonna be going over today, and then I'm gonna get this box open from Entertainment Earth. Um,
Did you notice real quick? My camera's not going out anymore.
that
I had to buy a new camera. It's funny that I popped in on Chase's stream and the damn camera kept going out. I'm like, what the hell? So I bought it. So check this out. So I bought a new one, right? Amazon 2-day shipping, come in no problem. Came in on Sunday. Well, I took the kids out. We went out for a little while.
how did it
Got to
come in
buy
on
ice cream.
Sunday?
Huh?
How did it come in on Sunday?
Amazon delivers on Sundays.
Amazon's delivering on Sundays?
They have been for a while.
What?
But so it comes in, and I didn't know it. And mind you, my house, because just to a couple years ago, we used to have a thing, some porch pirates in the area. So I have it to where Amazon can actually open up my garage door remotely through the phone. But I have a camera that's in the garage, and I didn't realize that they dropped it off. I didn't see my notification. So I'm back in my wife's car, back in the driveway. Didn't think anything of it. Didn't feel anything. Also, I get the car and I see it because normally they put it in a basket right by like our side. No, they tossed it right on the damn floor of the garage this time. And I looked at it, I'm like, I ran over the damn thing. So I opened it up and it smashed to hell. So what does the right consumer do? Well, we call and complain to Amazon that they delivered it smashed to me. And so after about 30 minutes of going back and forth about do I return it, do I not, how long it's going to take, I said I need a camera by this Tuesday. I'm tired of this thing. So finally, in the end, he's like, you order a lot from us, so go ahead and keep it, and we'll credit you back the money. So then I was able to order one to be in the next day, so I got it yesterday.
He said I backed over it.
I straight up backed right over it.
Well, it happens. It definitely happens. I have this Entertainment Earth box I'm going to get open. I want you to check out the size of this box, man. This is probably some.
That's definitely not a soda.
There's probably a lot in this box, right?
Just one pop.
There's one pop in that box. So, and look, it's kind of this weird chase roulette I played. So it's actually an anime pop that's an Entertainment Earth exclusive. I've only got one of these. I don't collect anime. I'm hoping it's the chase variant. If it's not the chase variant, then I have an anime pop that I'm probably never going to get rid of. Let's hit that chat real quick, though. I see that they've been blowing up over there.
All right. So it looks like early on we had in here Chase's Kingdom. What's up?
Chase is in the
Kingdom. We got Zach Bonner from the house. What's going on? We got Johnny Funko in the house. We got Mr. Mark says I drink eggnog.
No, he's not.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Mark's not drinking eggnog.
In fact, all the talk was making him thirsty drinking eggnog. We got Simon Crook in the house, who I did see his Instagram page recently, where he had opened up a Wayneko box.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And they pulled some pretty cool stuff. That was a lot of fun.
And then, of course, we got Kenneth Bird in the house. What's going on, man? Mr. Mark does say they need to use common sense when they're laying down packages. Agreed.
I have nothing fancy like that. As a matter of fact, I have 3 doors on my house. I have the back door, which is the roadside if you live on the lake. I have the front door, which is the lakeside. And then my basement, because I think I've told you this, has its own kitchen, its own bathroom, its own everything, has its own entrance on the side of the house. Now, for some odd reason, FedEx and Amazon only delivered to the side door. And I know that, look, I see the look on your face when I said that, and you were like, well, why would they? I don't know. Yeah. But I have went a whole week looking at a package that was delivered and arguing with Amazon that this package has not made it to my house. A whole week.
On the side of your house.
I have went on with this argument. Open the side door, and there it sit, and you could tell it had been outside for a whole week.
Good
so
Lord.
I had to contact them and be like, hey, as a matter of fact, it's sitting right here. So I don't know why they only deliver to the side door. I seen people are getting really clever this year. They're putting out like boxes for delivery drivers or like snacks for your delivery drivers and all kinds of really cool things that people are getting clever with this year. Maybe at some point I will get clever with them. But hey, right off the jump, I think that we should talk about something that's kind of been hitting the community the last couple of days. And there's some people that are super excited about it. There's other people that are not so excited about it. Then you have a lot of people that are clout chasing in between that love to like make their videos and tell you how they knew how this was going to happen the whole time and how they've
Probably
been
not.
forecasting it for years. I love all the clout chasing that happens. Speaking of clout chasing, have you kept up with the Liver King at all?
The
Do
what?
you did you even know who the Liver King is? You don't know who the Liver King is. That's cool. So we're gonna move past
I
the Liver
missed
King
that one.
because there's so many people clout chasing that at this moment as well. So Funko has their CEO is stepping down. They don't say if she is quitting. They don't say if she has been fired. They kind of leave it up to the imagination. So I'm just going to assume that she's not quitting. She wasn't fired. She's just simply stepping down from her position.
Yeah, I'm
And
sorry though. That I got to step in because that's
yeah,
just like Disney saying Bob Chapek steps down from CEO. No, that dude was fired, and someone else is replaced. This, and so my only thing is the only way you can tell on that is did they have a replacement ready to go, or are they looking for a replacement? That's going to
so
tell you the difference.
there's so many like articles out there right now about it, and nobody really knows what's going on with the exception of Funko. All too often we start to believe that we know what's going on and we really don't, right? I mean, and you know that as well as I do, right? We can only look from the outside of a company. We're not actually sitting in the boardroom meetings. So Jennifer, I can't say her last name, so I'm not going to slaughter it.
Uh,
She's clearly of some
Wu
Asian
Yang,
descent.
Wu
Yes,
Yang.
she's
Let's go
Yang
with
or
that.
I don't think it's Yang. It's probably Jang or something, Jing or something like that. But
Young,
but I,
young.
I don't want to slaughter it because I'm not of Asian descent. She's clearly of some Asian descent. She is stepping down, but they don't really say if she is fired. They don't really say if she's leaving the company. They don't really. They're super vague. And I'm gonna kind of lay all of this out for you, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on what's going on. It's my opinion too, by the way.
I'm reading this at the same time because this is the first time I've heard
I
of
have
it.
no insider information on Funko. So matter of fact, I think that me and Chris are blackballed from Funko. So just I mean keep that in your mind when you're thinking
Hey,
because
maybe new CEO will get off the blacklist.
we're not. It's not a new CEO though, and that's what I was going to get
Well,
to. And so
Brian Mariotti is gone, so let's be happy for Christmas that Brian Mariotti is gone, which I think has been a hindrance on Funko since he took over. But that's
he is
just my
taking
perspective.
back the CEO position.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, is that
Yes.
what it said? Damn, I
Yes.
was hoping he was
So
gone.
Mariotti is taking back the CEO position, and look.
I can't
All of
stand
this
that
is
guy.
super vague on what they're telling you. They tell you that they're creating a new position. They're going to keep the previous C what the it's super confusing when you're reading this and it starts to sound like a bunch
Oh
of
yeah, I
jargon,
can
right? I mean
see.
it starts to sound like we put a bunch of words together to make our board happy and we did these changes to make our board happy and all of these changes that they did they never fired anybody, they never let anybody go, they actually just changed the names of their positions and then just put them in a different part of the company. Some of them, I think all of them with the exception of Jennifer, stayed on the board. They don't even tell you like if they're not on the board, they're still on the board, so they didn't even leave the board. You don't know if Jennifer was ever on the board, so that's it's kind of confusing when you come right down to it. Was she on the board? Wasn't she on the board? So you really don't know. They don't give you a whole lot. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that she's not actually leaving the company at all. They're just going to give her a different title. They're going to put her in a different spot of the building. They'll probably give her a different office. She might even keep her office. Who knows? Who knows? Um, Funko has been doing this now for I know 5 years. 5 years, Funko has changed their CEO. They've changed their CFO. They've changed their this person. They've changed that person. As a matter of fact, Brian and Becker were actually like being investigated for fraud last year or the beginning of this year. In case nobody remembers that, so they stepped down in their positions. Other people took their positions.
That's why they need
Um,
to get rid of Brian Mariotti.
I'm going to give y'all all my 2 cents, and you can take it for what it's worth. I have no insider information in Funko. I have no affiliation with Funko. As a matter of fact, I think there's some channels out right now that are affiliated, but they're saying they're affiliated. But I'm 100% not. So keep that in mind. Um, I think it's a shell game. It's a shell game for the investors. When they announced this, their stock went up to $11.50. It's a shell game, and Funko's been playing this shell game for a while. As soon as something happens inside Funko that their investors get upset about, like the fact that they felt like Brian and Becker were both committing fraud inside of the company and moving money in ways that were illegal to their incorporation. So there's different ways of incorporating things, different ways of making businesses. There's all kind of different like logistical legal things that go involved in that. And I'm not smart enough to give anybody any advice on that. So please don't think that I am. I'm just, I know a little bit about them. So they got in some trouble. I did a whole video on that at some point. I can't remember if it was the beginning of this year or the end of last year. It's a shell game. It's a shell game to make their investors happy, to make eBay happy, to make the big investors happy. They say, "Oh no, look, this person stepped down, and we're going to put her in the back office, and now I'm going to step back up into the CEO position, and now we're going to put this person over here and that person over there, and we're going to make a new position all together." It's a big shell game. So don't put any clout into what anyone is saying about what's going on. It's a shell game. They know it's a shell game. They're trying to bring somebody in now, is kind of what this article says. They're trying to bring in a new executive that's going to bring some new life into the company. Hopefully they can steal somebody from Mattel or Hasbro or one of the really big successful companies that have really educated people in this that could really help them out, because I think Funko is a great company and they're going to be doing great things in the future. They just need a little bit of help, just a little bit, just a little bit of help. And I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'd love to hear now what you think.
Okay. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because you know what this is? This is a copycat is what this is. Really think about this. First of all, okay, I'll give it,
100%.
for me, I've told you guys, me, I'm a Disney person. I've been emphatically excited for the fact that, in Disney, Bob Chapek has been ousted and Bob Iger returned. Remember this key word, has returned to take over as CEO of the company. Now, the CEO is a very important role. The CEO can decide the structure of the company. CEO can decide the path of the company and everything like that. But you got to think. Originally, what set a lot of things off for Chapek to screw up was, of course, lower numbers, which then dropped the stock price, which then what some executives tried to, why they went so swiftly in getting Iger back in was because Chapek was setting up to do a ginormous layoff right before Thanksgiving. He was getting ready to do it, and they got that stopped. But that in his eyes was to, well, we have this money, we got to cut our costs, so we're going to cut out a bunch of people, and then we're going to cut our costs and bring the stock up. It's a short term thinking of this. To me, reading all this, it's an exact copycat, because you got to remember when Iger came in. Now the investors have some confidence. They know Iger's got some precedence. They know what Iger's done in the past. So that has driven the stock price back up and is closer towards that $100 mark as it was for a while. And it's gonna and I think through time, through next months, it's gonna continue to grow up, even though maybe their profitability is gonna be as great as it is. Now, talk about Funko. I see some similarities here that kind of bother me. To me, this seems to be I would agree with you. It's a gimmick.
It's 100% a gimmick.
Because their stock is so much in the shitter. Now, I agree with them to a certain extent. Something had to change. When your stock price drops that low, something has to change, and somebody has to be at fault for it. Typically, who's at fault for it? The CEO, because they're the ones that make those decisions. So, but I think it's stupid that, okay, we decided we had to make a move. We just saw what Disney did. They just raised their stock prices by bringing, their last CEO back. Oh, let's bring back Mariotti, which, he's a scam artist as it is. And okay, well, people have seen what he's done before, and he did well for the company at some point. So let's bring him back, give that in basic, do the exact playbook that Disney just did, unfortunately. And it's weak as hell. And I think a lot of people are going to see right through this and not really give that confidence because Mariotti's a douche. And if they really want to put some new blood into this, they would just get rid of Mariotti and just start anew with somebody I agree with. Go Hasbro, go Mattel, go with someone that has been successful within a lot of these things because Mariotti is not going to do it and he's not going to get that stock price back up.
So even as we speak, their stock has fell back below $11. So now that it's in like the 10.5 range. I mean, so even since they announced it, it's lowered back down a dollar or so. Look, I agree with everything that you said. This is definitely a shell game. I mean, listen to me. This is a shell game. Funko has done this repeatedly over and over and over and over. How do you take your CEO and step them down into a CFO or to a creative designer into how do you continuously do this with your employees but never get rid of them or replace them? I mean, there's something funny that's going on with Funko, and I think that we kind of got a glimpse of it when Brian and Mariotti were what am I saying that right? Mariotti and Becker were both being sued by the shareholders for fraudulent what they felt like was fraudulent acts, and I don't know what ever came of that. I didn't keep up with it a whole lot because I don't think that it's
I'm
been
sure
enforced.
they paid off whoever they settled
But
outside of court.
I listened to a bunch of the different sides and a bunch of the different arguments just to see like if I felt like there was any of that any fraudulent going on. And what I can say is that Brian and Becker or Mariotti and Becker both have outlandish lifestyles. They both have outlandish houses. They both have outlandish cars. I mean, so they're clearly doing really good for themselves, and how that relates to the shareholders, I don't know. I don't know, but I know that if I was a shareholder and my stock fell by over 75% and you're driving around a Bugatti, I'm going to have some issues with this. I mean, it's there's going
Well,
to be some
you got to remember,
issues with it.
even when he was sent out, I mean, he's just like JPEG. I'm sure he got a very nice, settlement offer when he left and when the other person took over. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Andrew, what's his name, Perltner, whatever the hell his name is, he's a horrible CEO, and he definitely need to be let go. For ultimately, I agree. I do agree with that. I don't agree with bringing back Mariotti. I think Mariotti's trash, and he doesn't see the big picture, unfortunately.
So Mr. Mark says I need to bring back Vince.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, at this point, what are we just going to start bringing back old CEOs for every company?
Uh,
I mean, I think Disney had a legitimate claim to do it, but everyone else, no, not really.
So I kind of wanted to talk about like the negative side of what's going on right now in the Funko community and the news, and I think that at the end of the day, what I'm going to say that you can take away from this is just kind of ignore it, right? I mean, because we're not actually at the company, we're not actually at the board meetings, we're not actually into decisions, we don't actually know what's going on, right? We can only continue collecting and hope. And there was some good things, and I hear what you're saying about Becker about Mariotti, but there was some good things that he did, right? I mean, I can honestly think of some good things that Mariotti did, but I could also think of a lot of the negative things like the lottery systems, and I can think of a lot of negative things that he did, but I can think of some good things that he did as well. I mean, so maybe this is a step back in the right direction. Maybe it's not. I mean, at 2023 hotel. 2023 hotel, they definitely have to change their structure. And speaking of changing their structure, have you seen the new NFTs? I know how much you like
Yeah,
the
I
NFTs.
saw them.
I
I'm
know
not
how much you
impressed with
like them.
them.
So anytime they start bringing new NFTs, it's kind of like I have to rub the salt in the wound
Cash
just a little
grab.
bit and talk about the new NFTs. Have you seen the new NFTs?
I have. I have. I just saw them yesterday.
So what did you think of
Man,
them?
you
What do you think of this line?
well, you're pegging off of the time of year is all you're doing.
What's
Uh,
that?
you're pegging off the time of year that's going on. I mean, Christmas time and stuff like that. I mean, using Buddy the Elf. I mean, Buddy the Elf doesn't need the extra help. I mean, that's a widely popular Christmas movie, and it gets watched every year. And they get paid every single Christmas, just like Macaulay Culkin, whatever the hell his name. I can't remember.
Macaulay Culkin.
I can't pronounce his name right now, but just like he gets paid every year when Home Alone gets played. Um, it's I don't know. I don't care for NFTs anyways, and I gotta have something in my hand, and I'm not an NFT fan. I don't bash it if you decide if that's something you want to do. More power to you if that's what you want to spend your money on. I just think they're nonsense, to be honest with you.
Well, I kind of agree with you on that. They did something a little different this time with this line of NFTs that they didn't do in the previous lines, and I'm not going to show it because they'll probably give me a copyright strike. But they had one of the designers come on and try and tell you how their creative process works, and they gave you a little bit of the backstory, which I thought was pretty cool. But at the end of the day, I agree with everything you say about the NFTs. I think they're garbage. They're not real. They're not even a real NFT. I've been what did I call these things from the get go? They're a meme. I mean, they're just a meme. I mean, they're memes, and that's what memes are, right? I mean, that's what they do. But that's what people are really into them, or at least they want us to believe people are really into them. I don't think they sell as many of these things as they would like to put out
Not
there.
anymore. I think in the very beginning, I think it was. I mean, we saw how quickly things went in the beginning, but I don't think it's like that anymore.
I don't think so either. I think that they hit a roadblock with the NFTs, but while those are scrolling on the screen, let me see if I can get those to scroll a little bigger. I'm gonna get this box opened up and see if I manage to pull this chase out of this box. And so I really want to like throw that other video up there, but I know that it'd get copyright striked only because I know that Funko has a live on Tuesdays as well because they like to follow us on what days we are. I thought about like changing us to Wednesdays, but then I bet they would change to Wednesdays too.
It is ironic.
It is. I said it last weekend. If no one can tell me that Funko doesn't follow us, I will never believe it because we did lives on Fridays forever because no one else would do them on Fridays. Everyone was afraid of the Friday slot with the exception of me and you. So we did them on Fridays forever. And then Funko started running them on Fridays, and then we started running them on Tuesdays. So the Funko changed their day from Friday to Tuesday. Coincidence?
I
I
think
think
not.
not. So look, I honestly, this is going to be a one pop in this monstrous box. You see the size of this thing?
Is it a deluxe pop?
No, it's a regular Funko Pop in this monstrous box. I mean, this thing is bigger than my head. You see the size of this thing? They put it one pop in a Moss Entertainment Earth. What
I
are
want
you
to make
doing?
sure that it got there. Right.
What are you doing? So, did I get the Chase variant? Let's see this guy. Where's he at? Where's he at? Does he have a sticker on him? Does he have a sticker on him? Let's see. Let's see. Please don't say I have a common anime pop and I don't. Ah! Oh, it is the common. Look at that. So let's
Is that
pull it.
Naruto?
Yeah, so it's going to be the common version of him or the
That's pretty cool
Entertainment
though.
Earth.
That is
Yeah,
cool pop.
or the Entertainment Earth exclusive version of him. It is number 1200 Naruto. This thing is pretty cool. Now I'm not an anime guy. Y'all all know that I don't collect anime pops. This is the killer bee. If you don't have your Entertainment Earth exclusive pops, there should be a link right down in the description below. Make sure you use that link down in the description below. This channel is going to get a few pennies every time you use that link. I picked this one up just hoping that they would send me the Chase variant. It was one of those like I'm going to play Chase Roulette, but I'm only going to play Chase Roulette with one pop. it was kind of like the time that I decided that I was going to play Chase Roulette, but I wasn't going to buy all six. I was going to put it off at 5 and see what happens. I'll never do that again. If I'm going to do that, I'll just buy 6. But I cut it off at 5 to see what was going to happen, and it didn't work out in my favor, but that's okay. I only picked up one of them to see if I could by chance like get my hands on
I
it.
think it's cool. I didn't know what the Chase is, but I think that's a cool pop nonetheless.
I don't think the Chase variant was much different, to be honest with you. I don't really remember. I just noticed that when they sent this one out, this one I actually seen the email because I've been ordering. My pre-orders, just like everybody else, have gotten slimmer and slimmer and smaller because the economy is not doing well and gas has cost a lot of money, and I drive Chargers and Camaros, which is probably not the smartest thing to be driving when gas is $5 a gallon. I mean, it's probably not like the most convenient thing to like get behind, but That's just been the way that I've rolled my whole life, so it's all good. There is a little bit of weight to this guy. He does not have a stand, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of detail that's packed into these, and here recently somebody had said to me that the anime pops, they transfer the animes transfer over really well into pops, and I don't know if a lot of people know that, but they actually design when they're making anime, when they're making cartoons and they're making action, they're making this stuff they think about how that's going to go into an action figure before they actually launch the cartoon or the anime or whatever it is that you want me to call it. Don't go to throwing nasty grams down there because I called it a cartoon. It is a cartoon. Regardless if you want to believe it's a cartoon or not, that's what it is. You can call it an anime. You can call it a short film. I don't care. I call it a cartoon.
Mr. Mark says Killer Bee, they were a tag team in wrestling, the Killer Bees.
That's really cool.
I don't know.
That's really cool. So maybe that's what the Chase variant was. Maybe the Chase variant was like his tag team partner or something. I don't really know, but I ordered it in this like strange, like let's play Chase roulette with one pop because that's just the way I felt like doing it that day. I couldn't even figure out why I ordered it at first. When I first ordered it, I was like, why would I order this anime pop? I thought, man, maybe it's
it's out of your norm.
Yeah, I was like, maybe they did that wrong. Because I looked at my email. I said, maybe somebody ordered that one for me because everybody has access to my account here. I said maybe somebody ordered that one thinking I wanted it. So I went to asking everybody, and everybody said no, I didn't order it. So then I was like, well, let me look at it and see if maybe there was a reason why. And I was like, oh, the Chase variant. I had to look to be like, oh, that's what I was doing. I was trying to see if they would just send me the Chase variant. So he has a nice Charger. Yeah, the Charger's not as bad as my Camaro. My Camaro goes in the garage for the winter. My Charger's all-wheel drive. So
you don't got to do that. You don't got to do that out here in Florida.
Yeah, I know. It's Mark says he's good. Yeah, I mean my Camaro's been put up for a month now. Once the first snow comes down and they throw salt on the road, it's done until the first rain. Until the first rain again in summer when they wash all the salt off, I won't pull the Camaro back out of the garage till then. That was a cool pop. I like the anime stuff. I just ordered like the mystery box. I don't know if you've seen that video.
I saw the video.
The whole thing was anime, which was pretty cool. It had the last Airbender in there.
Still a friggin' inventory dump. Though.
Oh yeah, it was an inventory dump. 100% inventory dump. Shame on Funko for that one. That was 100. And let me tell you, the sad thing is, 3 years ago I ordered this box, and I think I said this to you last week as well. It was 10 of them. It was 10 or 12. I want to say it was 12. It was $120. It came with the big 10-inch Frankenberry. So it came with a Frankenberry, big 10-inch Frankenberry. It come with a bunch of other pops. They all had their own sticker.
Yeah.
They all had their own.
That was available for a while too.
Yeah, but you could only get them through the mystery box.
Yeah.
You could not get them any other way. They had.
Well, I didn't like it because it really wasn't a mystery box. They were telling you everything that was in it.
Yeah, well, after the fact, after they had done come out, it didn't take. I think Franchise Kicks was the first one that got it, and then everybody knew it was in their box because there was no mystery to it, right? Everybody got the exact same box. As soon as the first person opened it, they were like, "Oh, this is what's in your box." Right. I mean, so I refuse, like you, I refuse to watch any of those videos until I get my box open because I don't want to know what's in it. So I ward off everything like Funko related until like I get this box open. I had already kind of seen on Instagram, people were like, oh, like they were kind of surprised. I really wasn't surprised. The second I seen that it was a $50 box, I knew that there was a problem. I mean, it was like, oh, I know there's a problem. As soon as I seen it was a $50 box, I was like, oh. But I ordered it anyways, and I ordered the anime knowing that the anime, if I had to get rid of, would be the easiest one to get rid of in the event that I had to get rid of it. It was the first one to sell out. It was fun. I'm a little upset that it was a product dump, but I think that we all knew at the end of the day that it was a product dump. I think that was probably the CEO's last nail, to be honest with you.
Probably.
I think that was like her last nail in the coffin is when they were like, oh, you really just did a product dump.
You just screwed that one up.
Yeah, on your customers. You just like did that to your customers, but it's neither here nor there. Like I said a second ago, though, if you're going to pre-order something from Entertainment Earth, hit that link right down in the description below. I'm going to get a few pennies every time you do this. I'm not going to talk about that right now. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But what did you think? What did you think about these? What do you think about them coming out with Buddy the Elf? I mean, I feel like this is I feel like this is kind of like a product dump.
I don't know. To me, if I was it, I'd still feel dirty just because it's like you're pegging on a holiday favorite of many, and you're basically just whoring it out.
I kind of feel like it's a product dump. I really kind of do feel like it's a product dump. But they are coming out with some new Star Wars. This is another one that is also going to sound like I'm just bashing Funko tonight, but I'm not bashing Funko. They're
Whatever.
coming out.
We're surprised. Now that Mariotti's back, we're definitely still blacklisted,
Oh
so I
yeah,
don't
we're
care.
we're blacklisted from Funko till now to the end of days. It'll be okay though. They'll get over it eventually, and if they
We
don't
don't
get
we,
over
we
it,
don't get free stuff sent to us from Funko.
that's well.
They don't like us enough, so they keep following us to try to take followers away from us.
Let me hit this real quick. Simon, we
Oh,
truly
you are
appreciate
not going
you,
to
brother.
start this debate right now because you're not going to win because it
That's some
is.
serious shit. Damn!
I wonder if she put my John
That's some
McCain.
serious shit. You lucky you my boy.
Oh, I can't believe my wife did that. Okay. Mind you, she just finished this today. John McCain is there. He's hidden behind.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Amen.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's
Die
not.
Hard is a Christmas movie. It has all the premises, the items that consist of a Christmas movie. It's got Santa Claus. It's got a Christmas tree. It's got presents.
Damn!
It's got Christmas music. It's a Christmas movie.
It is not a Christmas. I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you have it. I've kind of been shadowing the Funko right now to see if they're going to try and like start a video coming up here soon, because I thought that we would just kind of like we would comment on their stuff while they were doing it, but it doesn't look like they're trying to start one anytime soon. So let's move over into this new Star Wars set that they got coming out. So there is a new Star Wars set that's going to be coming out here shortly. If I can find exactly which one of these I have this on, that would be awesome. That would just be awesome.
Let me ask you real quick, talking about your entertainment. How long is your pre-order list right now?
It's not. No, it used to be it like the ones that have already shipped is super long. I mean, so if we went to like the ones that I've already shipped, I mean, versus like what's here at this moment, it's super long. But if what I have on pre-order right now is very few and far in between, and that's why I was able to go back and look at the email and be like, oh, this is the email that they sent me. Because look, I mean, seriously, when I say that the economy's hit me just like everybody else, I mean, we're human, right? The economy's hit me just like it has everybody else. And you don't know, this summer I'll bet I put, and this is God's honest, look, y'all over in the chat, listen to me. My Camaro is a 2014 SS 6.2 liter manual shift transmission. I mean, just decked out. Just we'll run. We'll run. It has 24,000 miles on it. I bet this summer I didn't put 2,000 miles on it. I'll bet it didn't get 2,000 miles on it. I never got my oil changed this summer. I will get my oil change coming out of this summer into the winter, only because I'll feel like the time date thing to me feels like it needs the oil changed at that point. But it didn't even get the oil changed this summer because I didn't drive it enough, because it only gets like 10 miles to the gallon. And that's assuming that I don't put my foot in it. If I put my foot in it, the gas and the speedometer get in a race as to which one can get to the red faster. they all get in a race with each other. So I try to not get super stupid when it comes to stuff like that. But check this out. This is something that I seen this and I thought,
this is the final. We all knew it was Darth. Come on.
Right, but I seen this and I thought, man, haven't they done this already? Haven't we already seen these characters?
No, but this was off the Lava Planet. They've been talking about this series for a while. They showed the silhouettes for a long time. But everybody knew that by the silhouette on the fifth one, it was Darth Vader. Everybody knew that one.
Mr. Mark gets me. Mr. Mark gets me. I see that he says anytime I pass a car, I'm over 100 miles an hour. I feel like every time I pass a car and if a cop passes me, I'm going to jail. Because they're gonna be like reckless driving. They're not gonna be like, oh, maybe you were passing a car. They're gonna be like, come on, come with me. So Mark gets me. I like that. So
No.
this is what I'm saying. Listen to, hear me out. Everybody in the chat, hear me out on this set. Haven't we seen this from GameStop twice now?
Well,
Haven't we
the
seen
Darth Vader doesn't change very much.
haven't we seen this set though? Haven't we seen Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Pompeo, what is that? Han Solo or Obi-Wan over
Yeah.
there? We have seen this set come from them time and time and time. All they needed was a Boba Fett in there. They put him a Boba Fett, put him a Luke Skywalker. Why do we keep recycling the same look over and over and over?
Because Star
GameStop
Wars
should be
fans are
offended.
crazy, like a JKL that'll order it every single time.
God, Mark really gets me. He doesn't know how many times I've told my wife I just won't stop. I'll just make them come to my house. Anyways.
Yeah, or as I asked that question earlier about how much you have, because I forgot and I just happened to look and I have one item in Entertainment Earth pre-order, and that's the Stan Lee cover.
Hold on, I'll tell you real quick because I'm actually going to pull that up here in a little bit, but I'm going to make sure it's not my account, but I'm going to pull that up here in just a little bit and see. But I'll look at my order history and see how many more I have like out there. I don't think that I know here recently that I just ordered a few of them. Like I ordered the Elvira soda, I ordered the Felix, which is normally where I order my sodas. I still have Queen Elizabeth with the red hat, Queen Elizabeth with the yellow hat, and I still have Mr. Jelly Belly soda, and that's it. That's all of them that I have pre-ordered. Which look, this time last year, if you would have asked me how many I've had pre-ordered, I had pages of orders versus like what I have right now. I have a couple of I have the Snoop Dogg album as well. So I have, it looks like
That's not bad. That's not bad.
6 items on pre-order right now. And some of them have been on pre-order for a really long time. Like Queen Elizabeth has been on pre-order since the 8th. The Snoop has been on pre-order since the 9th. I mean the month now, not like the day. So the 9th. I got one on here from the 6th. I mean, so some of these things have been on pre-order for a long time. I have not pre-ordered this year like I did in the previous years at all.
Yeah, I've been a lot fewer and far between. I think the only other one I've been debating on pre-ordering, which I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, is that I saw it and I just, something about it looks cool to me, is that Lord of the Rings Balrog, the 6-inch pop. Oh, that thing looks awesome. I don't know. You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
It's a demon from the first Fellowship of the Ring when they pull Gandalf down into the fire. No,
I have no clue.
You're killing me.
Zero.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You have to remember that I don't really watch TV because I tend to stay really busy. So when I do like get a time to stop, it's normally me trying to catch up with YouTube, or it's me trying to catch up with like right now I've been watching Wednesdays. So me and my wife have been watching Wednesday together. It's
I
me
have
trying.
heard good things about that one.
It's a pretty cool one. If you have some time and you want to check out like some Addams Family, because I really love Addams Family, it will be an interesting one. It's not what I thought it was. I initially thought it was going to be like a teeny bopper show, and I wasn't going to be into it at all. It's not. I mean, look, you'll be able to get into it. It's really cool. It's really cool. It reminds me a lot. Tim Burton produced it. I mean, so that should say it all, right? And Netflix also has Quentin Tarantino, which is also my favorite. Listen to me, Quentin Tarantino is my favorite producer. So they have him, who's going to be doing a series coming up here soon. I think Netflix is on to some good things for sure.
I agree. I do agree.
But I don't see if anybody commented about this set. I'm telling y'all, we've seen this set over and over and over and over. And I was just disappointed when I seen that they're about to regurgitate this set again. We are about to see that set again.
I imagine. It's, again, how many different positions can you put Darth Vader in. I mean,
well, we see him in the same position every time. He's always holding a sword. He's always using the Force. I'm so tired of seeing Darth Vaders. If you're gonna give me a Darth Vader now, give me a red Darth Vader. Give me a purple
oh
Darth
yeah,
Vader.
give you some.
Give me
At this point, I wouldn't even be too upset if you went back to Chrome.
Yeah, go back to Chrome at this point. Start giving me some like Chrome stuff. I'm fed up with like seeing Darth Vaders at this point. No more Darth Vaders for me. I'm going to get off subject for a minute though. Let's get off the Funko topic for a minute because I think that this is going to bring some joy to some people's lives. They just did this Spyro. Now, did you ever get into Spyro?
No.
So this is not a Funko Pop. This is a Tunes. Do y'all know what a Tunes is? Do y'all remember when Top Pops was representing Tunes a lot and he would have Tunes on his show on a pretty regular basis and then all of a sudden that stopped. And now all of a sudden Funko sends him stuff all the
Surprise, surprise.
time. I mean, affiliated. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Just a little bit.
Just saying. So Tunes actually started by making like YouTube content creators is where they started like making like the ninjas and the Top Pops. Top Pops actually has his own tunes out there. There's
Oh,
a lot of your content creators have their own tunes. Here recently, I say here recently because I noticed here recently, maybe in the last year, they've been getting better and better and better and better with their designs, getting better with the stuff that they're making. They're looking cooler. I mean, like this to me, this looks and feels like a Funko Pop. I mean, this is really cool.
well, the bottom flat jawline definitely kind of keeps in the Funko Pop, especially with the no mouth or the barely of any mouth you can see. I mean, it's definitely there for it.
They're going to be coming out with a whole line of these. Now you see that the one on the far right, that green one we were just looking at, was the Entertainment Earth. We know that there's going to be a PX exclusive. They have Dragon. I can't really read that. It's really small down there. And there's two other exclusives. If you were going to collect a series, this is probably a really cool one to collect if you're in the Spyro. I mean, if you're in the Spyro, that's probably one that you want to get your hands on. This thing sold out, and this is why we're talking about this. This thing sold out from the time they sent me the email. So the email popped up on my computer. I'm actually doing some schoolwork on my computer this week from home. So I'm sitting here, I'm doing some schoolwork. It pops up on my email as a notification. I click the email, I click the link, and the thing is sold out. I mean, so if that tells you anything, there must have been a lot of people that were just actively waiting for this thing to go up for sale because when it went up for sale, it quickly sold out.
I think I just found something that's in the same realm with this, and I'm to be honest with you, this is the first time I have ever seen it, and I might actually want this. Real quick, let me bring this up because
Does anybody here collect tunes?
This goes on the same, and I've never heard. I might have heard Top Pops briefly talk about tunes, but I haven't really thought much of it.
Oh, there was a time
really.
every week he talked about them.
But
I mean, there was a time.
Now I got something you may actually. I'm not really a Spyro. I don't know the game, don't know the connection. But this one,
yeah, they in the last year, I say that in the last year, it could have been much further back than that. That they noticed that they were really starting to make like some pretty cool stuff coming out of the tunes.
That's cool. That's really cool. Sorry, I saw this like, wow, that's such a ironic that I just happened to bring that up real quick and that popped up. They're listening. I'm telling you, they're listening.
I mean, they're probably listening, but this thing is really cool. Mark said I got to finish that report, Jay. I've been ready to like jump off a bridge sitting at home, like in my studio, which is kind of cool that I've been sitting in my studio and I've been working from my laptop right here. But on the other end of that, it makes you want to bang your head against a wall after a while because for some reason it's hard to focus when you're at home. I don't really know why. It's super tough to just like decide you're going to be focused on something when there's a lot of things to get your attention. Like I think I've made 5 videos trying to get stuff done. So this one says it's edition 250. I don't know what that means when it comes to the tunes. It is a glow in the dark. It's really cool. I think their box is very lackluster when it
Yeah,
comes to their
seems to be
box.
kinda
Maybe
bland.
that's something that they're struggling on, and maybe they should improve on the design of their box a little bit. The figure itself, I think, looks really cool. I don't, however, like that you can see that those are a bunch of different pieces. I think that we've somehow lost the idea of molding something all in one piece, and we've decided that we're going to mold a bunch of little pieces because it's
Yeah.
easier to put together and paint. I get that, but to me, I don't like being able to see that they're a bunch of different pieces unless they articulate. None of this articulates. I mean, it that does what it does. It's never going to articulate, but it is really cool. And if you're into the tunes, go check that out. I meant to see if that was back up for sale or if it is still sold out. Oh yeah, now they just says sold out coming February. It doesn't even give you an option to click anymore. It just sold out. $24 is another reason why those might still be like
Yeah. That's still
hard to
expensive.
buy. That's an expensive figure, and that's
Yeah.
it's kind of what we've been saying about Funko. Funko says that they're going to up their price again coming up into next year. So instead of being $12 on their site, they're probably going to be $14, which means instead of being $15 for the exclusive, it's probably going to be $17 for the exclusive. We know that $15.90 is already the price in Hot Topic. I expect that to go up another dollar. I think at some point Funko might run into the same problem that Toons is having at this moment. Is once you start crossing price holds and thresholds, you start making it a little bit easier for someone not to buy it
Yeah.
versus easier for them to buy it, right? I mean, you start flipping the sides there, and I fear that Funko is heading in that direction. And I still think that their stock's properly priced, even though there's a lot of people that won't agree with that. I still to this day believe that their stocks are priced where they probably should have been priced the whole time.
Probably.
That's a very
But
unpopular
I
opinion.
still agree with the conversation we had last week about it, as I think you're going to start to phase out the average collector.
You're going to phase out the average collector for sure. For sure, they're about to phase out the average collector, and I think they know it. I mean, I think they know it. I don't think that they're going to do anything to change it. Marvel is coming out with a new movie. What is it? The
The next movie
Ant-Man?
is Ant-Man Quantumania.
So they're just coming out with the new Ant-Man figures. So these should be coming out soon. This is on their coming soon page. I
Yeah,
don't know.
this comes out in February.
So this guy is this show comes out in February.
Yeah, the movie Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania comes out in February, and then just released like a week ago was the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer, which comes out in May. And I am very, very sad after watching that trailer.
Don't spoil it for me because I don't want to know. Don't spoil it. I don't want to know. I'm excited about the Guardians of the Galaxy. This Ant-Man has this black suit. Is this black suit a pretty common? Like, is this a common suit
Well,
for Ant-Man?
the black and red is common for Ant-Man. Black, red, and with the silver. So this is probably more of his common suit color, whereas the Wasp has a slightly different pattern to her as well. But yeah, this is common Ant-Man.
So they had an Ant-Man in 2015, if I'm correct. Don't quote me on that. It could have been 2016, could have been 2017, but I want to say that it was 2016 San Diego Con. 2016 that's what I want to say. I could be completely wrong. 2015 San Diego Con. They had this almost identical black Ant-Man, and if it's not identical, I swear to you, it's super close to this black Ant-Man. So I don't know what was going on back in that time that made them come up with that Ant-Man versus what they had with this Ant-Man. But there was another one that was look this close to being the exact same Ant-Man. And I want to say that it was 2015 San Diego Con. It could have been 2016 San Diego Con. It may have even been the New York Con. I don't know, but it was one of the cons, and it was 2015 to be exact. 2015. The Ant-Man almost looks identical. So this to me is another one of those, like, I know that you were collecting that one, but now we're going to come in with this one, and it's kind of a
I
slap in
see
the
which
face.
one you're talking about. It is slightly different, but the big thing about it is that one back then, the full helmet was black. It was straight up black, didn't have any silver with it. You can see it right here.
Right. So what year was that one?
2015.
2015.
San
I
Diego
knew
Con.
I had to be close.
Yeah.
So it's almost identical to me, like in the shape. You can see that Funko has come a long ways, though. Check this out. You can see
Yeah,
how far they come from there to
that
there, right? I mean,
that has an action pose. 2015, every figure had this pose.
had that standard like
That's
crazy body.
standard pose, hanging out like every one of them had that same.
Every one of them had that weird body pose. Every one
Yeah,
of them. You know what's funny is the Captain America that you sent me, which was like an
I think it has
OG
the same
Captain
pose.
America, he had that strange, like,
Mhm.
same pose to him where he just kinda, like, stands there with his arms, like, a little too far out, like, he's got the ILS syndrome is what I like to call that.
Yeah,
You know what the ILS syndrome is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what
Imaginary
it
lat
means.
syndrome.
What is it?
Imaginary lat syndrome.
Okay,
I
yeah, that could
I
work.
see guys at the gym. Check this out. Let's watch this. Watch it. I see guys at the gym and they walk around like this,
Oh
and
yeah,
I'm like, man, that one's got ILS, and
the
people are like,
the the the, the meatheads.
people are like, what's ILS? And I'm like, imaginary lat. Anyways, so as you can see, this one's pretty cool. I see that Mark was giving us a heads up and says, he says, heads up, go out and get the OG Silver Surfer. Why do you say that? What's
I
up
haven't
with the
heard
OG
anything about
Silver
the Silver
Surfer?
Surfer.
Yeah, give us some more insight on what's going on with the Silver Surfer. I just for some reason I could see that those two were correlating or hitting together. I don't know. Look, I've never been big into Ant-Man. I just know that there had to be a new Marvel movie coming out because they have a lot of
Yeah,
this on.
Kang's supposed to be showing up in this one, so this is the first time we're seeing Kang again since Loki, and I think it should be pretty good. Definitely should
So
be good. There's a
the
lot.
Wasp has a Chase variant.
It's either basically her with the helmet or without the
Right,
helmet.
with the helmet, without the helmet, so it's just a head swap on, like, which one it is. I'm always okay with that when they just do, like, the head swap. Say it's to me when they, like, they change their hand position that I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, alright, you you took that one a little too far," but when they go helmet versus no helmet, I can see how that could be a chase variant, how that couldn't be a chase variant, and then there's this, like, really strange character that I'm not, like, real sure about that you must have been talking about just then. What
Oh,
is
that's
this thing?
Modoc.
What is this, Humpty Dumpty or something?
No, that's Modoc. He's actually more of a. I don't know what version. Here, let me find actual Modoc's original look to him, but he looks a lot different in the
Pop
comics than what I
kicks,
think
twist
Marvel has
up.
presented him to be.
So what is it, like Humpty Dumpty or
He's
something?
like a weird brain guy type
What?
thing. He's like weird head. I can't remember that. God,
What even is this thing?
I'm actually impressed that Modoc's even making an appearance. But why am I'm just drawing a blank on him right now. So Modoc is the advanced idea mechanics technician George Tarleton, who randomly selected by his boss, who wanted to bioengineer a living computer in order to solve the mysteries of the cosmic cube. He then underwent gruesome experiments, mutating his head to massive proportions and allowing him to possess human intelligence. Uh, Original name was Modoc, and they changed it with a K. Mobile organism only designed for killing. That's what it stands for.
Well, it looks like Humpty Dumpty. I'm
He,
not
he,
gonna lie.
he's a mutated human.
Yeah, well, he looks like Humpty Dumpty. So Mark says that they're gonna be doing a solo project in February for the Silver Surfer, which is probably a good reason to go
What's
pick him
going
up.
on, Nadia? What's going
So
on, fat boy?
I didn't
Pop
really know if
kid?
I wanted to say Fat Boy Pop or Fat Boy Pop Cake. So I was kind of like on the edge if I was going to say that one. I figured I'd let you say that one and see what happens. Nadia,
It
how
took
are
me
you
a
doing?
minute on that
Good to
one.
see you in the house. Good to see you in the house. Always good to see y'all in the house. We got a lot of like great Canadian followers. Y'all know that? There's a
We
lot of
do. We do.
great Canadian followers in the house. So, anyways, I wanted to look at that one. I don't really know who those stupid things are. I know that there must be something going on with Ant-Man though, because they just come out with all of those. I don't know if you've seen these. So for $85, they've got like the big like 8-pack of them that's going to be coming out as a Funko Shop exclusive. I still don't know how I feel about the big packs like that. I still don't think I'm a fan of the big packs. I think we talked about this one last week. This one has had more like mess ups and people getting them on their shelves. So Marshall's had this one for a little while for $20. Target, I think, if put this one on their site for a little while for $20. A lot of like places messed up and put this one on their site for $20 and then later had to come back and fix it. It is a $59 movie poster, which is pretty big. Look, I'm not gonna lie. After seeing the Jurassic Park one, they're not small, so they are pretty big. I don't know that they're bigger than the deluxe. They're probably the same size as the deluxe, to be honest with you. I mean, and the deluxe is also 59, so it makes a lot of sense that they're the same size. I don't know how I feel about them. I don't know how I feel about them. You'll never be able to resell them if you have to resell them. I kind of caught some flock over that not too long ago talking about reselling them, but everybody needs to remember in the event that you had to sell your collection, you don't want to just lose your ass in selling your collection. So when
Oh
I
yeah,
buy things, I buy things with the idea that one day I might have to resell it.
yeah,
I mean it.
yeah. I think that would be one, but I would definitely wouldn't be ashamed because again, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. A guy like JK would definitely, keep that in a collection and not let it go. But if I saw it, I mean, I would probably grab it because I love that original Star Wars cover is awesome. But I wouldn't be sad to let it go. I also think that I mean compared to comic covers, I mean look at the Stan Lee comic cover. And that's basically what this is, except for it's a movie poster cover. Same idea, same size. That's selling for $20. This is 60. I think this is highway robbery.
I I kind of agree with you. I think that they're a bit much. I mean, I think that they're a bit much, but on the same end, the Jurassic Park ones, I think, all but sold out. I don't know that anybody that's still selling them. There must be a some sort. This is what this reminds me of. Check this out. Check this out. This is what they remind me of. Do you remember the old movie posters when people would actually buy the old movie posters and then they would put them like in their hallways or
Oh, and like frames and stuff like
yeah,
that.
they would
Yeah.
frame the movie posters and they would put them in their hallway, and it was a big thing. I know
Mhm.
lots and lots of people that had, like, glass framed, lighted
Well, there's a lot of
movie
money in
posters,
some of
right?
those movie posters too, because there were Star Wars ones that were misprinted at one point because the title of the movie changed, and there were some original movie posters that came out that were worth a lot of money.
So, this is what it reminds me of. Those remind me of the day that people used to do that. They're giving you an easier way to do it. Not quite as big as the poster,
Hmm.
equally will go on your wall easier than the poster. You don't have to build anything. You don't have to buy any lights. You don't have to do any of that, right? I can grab some command strips, stick it on my
Yeah,
wall, zero problems, and then take it off with ease and do whatever I want with it. So that's what they make me think of. They made it very convenient for the people that were going to buy the movie posters and then set up a movie room or movie hall or movie whatever in their house. They made it super convenient for this person to do it at a $60 price tag. If you're into that kind of stuff, that probably feels like it's worth it to you. If you're like me and you think, man, one day I might have to resell this, I might have to like get it out of my collection. I might up my collection. That's the other thing that sometimes we forget as collectors is maybe I grow out of this collection and decide that I'm going to go with just Hot Toys.
yeah, that's a very good
Right.
point.
I mean, so maybe I sell this collection off and start buying Hot Toys. I mean, that doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy my collection. That just means that I grew as a person, right?
Hmm.
And for some reason, I called some flock over this not too long ago because I say just that when I collect things with stickers on them because one, the stickers are normally rare, not like super rare. Let's
Yeah,
get serious, but
there
they're
is some.
more rare. They're more rare than the commons.
Yeah,
They tend to go up in value a little bit more than the commons, and they tend to hold their value, and they look better than the commons,
yeah.
right?
There's more attention paid to it if it's got a sticker on it compared to when it doesn't.
Right. So the thing was that I should, as a collector, I should enjoy what I'm collecting and not be worried about the value of it. Well, in
Hmm.
the event that I have to dump my collection, I want to know that I can dump my collection and at least get half of what I have
Oh
in it.
yeah,
I mean, I at least want to get half of my money back, right? I mean, and I think that's a fair way
I
of
would. I
looking at
agree.
things. I mean, that is a fair way of looking at it. But anyways, I wanted to yeah, I wanted to talk about that for a minute because maybe I just grow out of this collection and decide that I'm going to do something else. I mean,
Now,
you never know.
real quick, I wanted to respond to a comment we had. Mr. Mark says Silver Surfer solo project coming in February, March. That is actually incorrect. Actually, the Silver Surfer solo project is actually coming out in February of 2025, which would just be ahead of the projected Fantastic Four movie that would be coming out now. Mind you, anything Marvel that was announced at D23, I would not hold your breath on it as of for now. Recently announced this week that between Bob Iger and Kevin Feige that they're going to slow down the production of some of the movies and focus on quality over quantity. So that way they can put more money into making, of course, even better quality shows and movies over, trying to just, rush them out really quick. So I can see that some of this phase may even get pushed back a year. So, but that Silver Surfer project, I just found an article that just posted 4 hours ago, in fact, that says the Silver Surfer solo project is coming out February 2025.
Quickly, I want to talk about the new 3-liter that's coming out. So they have the new 3-liter that's coming out. The Chase variant's going to be the Red Hulk. We know that that's because of the comic books, right? I mean, you have the
I
Red
wouldn't
Hulk.
mind both, to be honest with you.
I want both of these. So there's a few things that always tend to like skip my collection. Everything Juggernaut, for some reason, I always miss until like the last 3-liter. Nobody wanted Juggernaut. Thank you. I appreciate y'all letting me pick up the Juggernaut with these. So I got my hands on Juggernaut. Everything Hulk tends to evade my collection. Everything Bullseye from Target tends to evade my collection, which
Got
hasn't
one of those.
which hasn't happened here recently. I've actually been able to pick them up. I think that's it right now. I used to say it was Jeffrey the Giraffe, but Simon and Simon in Canada had hooked me up with those. So these will be coming out soon. I don't expect them to sell out. I mean, we know that the 3-liters so far have not had a whole lot of traction, but
I do like the bottle too. I like
this
the green
is
on the
only
bottle.
a 5,000 piece run. So this one out of all of them,
I
if any of
still
them were
hate
going
the
to sell
price
out,
point. I just hate the price point.
if any of these guys are going to sell out, this is going to be the one that is selling out. But
Yeah,
I want to.
but that's 5,000 US amount. What's the international amount?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably a lot. Probably a lot, to be honest. I mean, I don't know outside of that.
I just can't. You can't trust those numbers anymore.
You can't trust those. Oh no, it's just 5,000 in the U.S. It's going to be 5,000 in Europe, 5,000 in Australia, 5,000 in Asia, 5,000.
That's what bothers me about that. It's
Yeah,
just like you stop at this point. We all have figured out your con on this. Stop putting the numbers and just put out the damn pops.
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
100%. It's a con, and they know it's a con. But the fact that it has a 5,000 piece run here in the United States, it's most likely going to sell out this time here in the States. But there will be a lot of people that'll be giving you the first look, where they ordered them from Asia and then got them back over here, where I think it's Australia.
or they were sent to them from Funko themselves.
Well, that's another like probably a good idea, is that Funko was sending it to them themselves, and then they were telling you how great they were because they were getting told to tell you how great they
Oh
are.
yeah,
I kind of have a problem with that, but that's just me. That's just me.
%.
I think, and you can call me wrong, but I feel like I say, like I'm fully transparent with my affiliation with Entertainment Earth, fully 100% transparent, because I think that it's only right to tell you that I am affiliated with them. I'm not like the Entertainment Earth is the best company on the planet. You just go spend all your money there and then not disclose that
Mhm.
I am affiliated with them. So I think that there's a lot of people that should start disclosing their affiliations. Kind of like
I agree.
this is what they should start doing. They should start wearing sports shirts that show all of their affiliations on it. That way,
Like race car drivers or
yeah,
something.
they should get a race car driver shirt, and they should have all of their affiliates on there. That way, when they're telling you how great something is versus how nonsense something else is, you already know like where that's being driven from or where it's not being driven from, right? I mean, because maybe there's not actually their intent, but I still think that you should be 100%
I
transparent.
agree. I've seen some people that they've opened up some pops, and I'm looking at this video going, how the hell did you get those? Those aren't even out. But yet you just, I just got these in, blah, blah, blah. Stop lying to me. You know you had to have those sent to you from friggin' Funko
I know
because
3
these
people
things
right
aren't even out
I'm
yet.
I'm not gonna call any names, but there's 3 channels right now that
Yeah, then at
I
least do it. At least own it. You know, if you're getting it sent to you
3.
from Funko, own the damn thing.
I know at least 3 right now that I could just about, like, guarantee if I was
Yeah,
wrong, I would tattoo "I was wrong" on my left butt cheek, but I'm telling you, I got 3 that I could just about guarantee you have a strong affiliation with Funko, and,
wrong.
up until this year, Funko was not affiliated with anybody, but this year, there's 3 channels that I know consistently get things months
Hmm.
before they're released, and it's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa,"
Well,
and
see, the
not
one,
just like
one that really caught me, and was just like the one person. And I'm not gonna drop names,
yeah, I'm not
but
gonna do that.
they had released sodas from the D23 event, and the D23 event had a specific release date of the start of D23, and you weren't going to get those beforehand. But somehow this person had it 2 weeks before the D23 event. How do you think he got? And mind you, this is what even pissed me off more because on top of it, they get 4 sodas, 2 of each, right? And you think, oh, let me see if I get a chase in this. You get one of each exact friggin' one. Huh. I wonder how you did that.
They're cherry picked.
A perfect pull. I'm sorry. You don't pull a perfect pull ever
Perfect
unless you're
pull.
given to them and they're perfectly sent to you.
Perfect pull. That was pretty awesome. I should have. I'm not. I'll ask you later who that was, and I'll go check them out. So there's something that I want to talk about that has also nothing to do with Funko, but eBay and Snoop Dogg have teamed up together, and Snoop Dogg is launching a membership exclusively on eBay. I don't know how they're. I don't know if eBay. I mean, you know more about eBay than I do, so I guess I was kind of hoping that you were going to enlighten me on this a little bit on how Snoop is doing some kind of a membership on eBay, so some kind of
This
a
is
Patreon.
new. This is
What?
very new. I mean, unless they're using this to launch this membership thing.
So he's
Uh,
doing like a Patreon on
yeah,
eBay?
eBay. I've been getting emails from eBay that there's a lot of changes that are going on. There's a lot of adjustments, and they haven't really released anything 100% yet. They've been releasing a few things here and there, some video auctions and stuff like that, but it's not at the full scale of anything yet. So this to me seems like it's like a Patreon style,
That's what I took in reading this
membership.
article. If you wanna find this article, you can see that it's Vibe. I mean, so just go search Vibe, and this article should be, like, right up on their front page. This is a 3-tiered Patreon that and I say Patreon, he's calling it a membership, they're calling it a membership, they're probably not wanting to call it a Patreon because there's a lot of negativity affiliated with Patreons. So they have the $49, the base tier, they have which comes with that black dog chain that you see there, Death Row Records. It comes with that one and a few other little things. Then you have the platinum, which comes with the platinum Death Row dog chain. It comes with the black Death Row dog chain, and then it comes with a few other things. And then you have the Diamond Series 499. Might as well call it 500. Let's call it duck a duck. So the $500 membership is going to come with a gold Death Row emblem with a gold chain, and then it's going to come with the platinum, it's going to come with the black one, and it's going to come with a few other things and everything that you get with those. This is a monthly membership though, right? That's going to get you exclusive perks, it's going to get you discounts on his merchandise that he's already got uploaded on eBay. I have not had a chance to go check this out yet, but when I get a chance, I'm going to go check out Snoop Dogg's stuff. He has one of his original like Death Row like record stuff on there. It's selling for a retarded amount
Yeah,
of money.
I just found another article, and it's definitely that is what it is they partnered up with Snoop Dogg. eBay is partnered up with Snoop Dogg basically to launch their new membership program, offering fans exclusive access for, in his case, Death Row merchandise, events, and more. So this is definitely going to be something that this entire part of eBay is brand new for eBay, and they're using Snoop Dogg to launch the campaign essentially.
So eBay is going to be doing some kind of a membership Patreon coming up in the future. I'm assuming from what you're saying and what I'm
It,
seeing
it, it says
here.
it's supposed to launch on, where is it? I just saw it. December 11th at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So December 11th, you're going to be able to go to, I guess, eBay and join. That
They're
seems
not
really.
they're not saying what the cost is, or if other people are going to be able to create their own. They're not going into a lot of detail about it, but basically just saying that this is going to launch this new membership program.
Oh, I mean, so we know that Snoop Dogg's gonna have some sort of a membership on there. You will be able to go and join his membership. He does also have some really cool stuff up right now. If you see that, he has it looks like the signed Funko Pop of him that he's selling for $165. That's probably just a test to see how well that's gonna do. Like with him signing them,
Yeah.
how well they're gonna sell with him signing them is what I'm going to imagine is going on there. Like if we're going to see more of those coming up, I'm going to go ahead and bet now that we're going to see a lot more of those coming up because we know that he teamed up with Funko. He's going to be doing his own merchandise store inside of another store. He's going to be selling his own limited edition Funko Pops. I mean, so we know that there's going to be a lot of that coming from Funko. I'm only
Well,
assuming.
it definitely seems like way eBay is going down the road of, they're going to start getting into the video the video auctions, going down this road. It seems like they're trying to set themselves up to be the Amazon of the auction world and exclusivity world. I don't know. I mean, it's really weird. I mean, it's all brand new, but I mean, they're priming up for something big.
I agree with you. So definitely something is in the works, and they're gonna hit it soon, and we're gonna see something really big come from them. I want to touch on this though because we're kind of running out of time. Hot Topic is going to be doing a Hot Topic con coming up here
They're
soon.
basically trying to copy the Target Con, essentially.
I'm assuming that you're right, that it's just a copy of the Target Con, and we're going to see that the Target Con and the Hot Topic Con are probably very similar, with the difference of we're going to get the cool Hot Topic exclusives, like the music. So that tends to be like a staple with Hot Topic is the music line, right? I mean,
Yeah.
especially limited edition music lines tend to be a serious staple with them. So we're going to see this one that we know of. It's going to be taking place the 16th of this month, is what rumor has
And
it.
they've
Now
only released one item.
they've
So
they've
far.
only they haven't even released it. So this is kind of on Diss Tracker's site. Now we know that sometimes Diss Tracker is 100%
That's,
accurate, sometimes Diss Tracker is not.
yeah, 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, so we know that sometimes they're on point, sometimes they are not, sometimes they get stop and desist from Funko, sometimes they don't. I mean, so it just really depends, right? And if the rumors are right, and if this one's right, and if everything's right, this will be taking place the 16th of this month. The easiest way to know if this is really happening though is to kind of keep an eye on your local Hot Topic. If your local Hot Topic makes a post, because that's what they will make a post the night before they're going to release a product. So if they got this Naruto B in tonight, well today, they'll keep it until tonight. They'll take pictures before they close, and they'll post the pictures so that you know the following day it's going to be in stores, right? So and I think that that's really cool that they do it that way. That way you everybody equally has a chance to get their hands on it, and it's not you waiting on the postman to get there. I mean, you're not stalking the mailman. Everybody has an equal chance the following morning of getting there and getting their hands on them when the doors open. So if all the rumors are correct, and if everything's about to happen, it'll be the 16th of this month. I expect to see at least two other pops in this lineup, and I also expect to see a limited edition in this lineup because Hot Topic historically used to be notorious for getting the limited edition like numbers, like my 5,000 piece Biggie Smalls platinum. I mean, they did the Britney Spears 5,000 piece platinum. I mean, so they have historically gotten your limited run. So kind of keep your eye out on that if that's something that you get into. I really look forward to stuff like that because I miss the hype days. I miss the like I got to get there before it sells out, because if I'm not there when the door opens, I'm not going to get it, and then it's going to go on Whatnot for $9,000 and everybody's going to think that it's gold until it's not. I mean, so I miss those days. I miss them a lot. Make sure that you're keeping track of my YouTube posts, because I promise you I'm going to be giving this guy away. I know that there's only a few of y'all left in here, so that's probably the right few that needs to hear this. Keep watching my YouTube post. I promise you there'll be a post coming up soon that'll probably say something like tag your buddy or something, and that's how I'll know who actually like was in the post, and that's how I'll know who I'm going to give it away to. So just make sure that you're watching that, because I promise you that post will be coming either today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, to be honest with you, so that I can get a little bit of rest tonight. But that one post is probably coming because that pop was never bought for me. I mean, that pop wasn't bought with my collection in mind. So keep your eye out on that. I promise you that post will be coming soon.
Dollar General Con.
What are you talking about? Not Dollar General. We're gonna have five and below con.
Five Below Con.
Five Below Con is gonna be coming any day. Any day.
I'll give it the original one for the Target Con. I mean, I'll give it. They usually have a pretty decent lineup every year for Target Con, but Target's just a bunch of douches when it comes to
they really are. And let's talk about giving that away again real quick. Simon will tell you that I will ship overseas, so don't worry if you're like in Canada and you're like, man, he's not going to ship to me. I'll definitely ship it to you.
It's so weird how Canada has just as high shipping rates as England.
Canada has really high shipping rates. Really high shipping rates.
I've never understood that.
Really high shipping rates. They've went a little overboard with their shipping rates. But I know that you've got some cool 5 minutes of Disney coming up that you want to talk about. What's going on in the world of Mr. Techbot?
Just going about it. Working on another small video, a little food review video. That I might get out this week, might get out next week. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can get back up into the office and work on it tomorrow. And but I got to finish school. This is my last week of my class. So I should be able to spend more time on it, on stuff the following weeks after this. So, my Photoshop advanced class, will be finishing and so far I got an A, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, definitely Sunday, 5 minutes of Disney every Sunday, go over the top, what I think is the top Disney news of the week, for whatever they've released. And especially right now with Iger, I mean, it's constantly changing. So, it's something to keep an eye on. If you are a Disney fan, definitely come by and hang out with us. Let's talk a little Disney. I am in some ideas, and it may happen in the next week or so. I don't know yet. I gotta see if I can pick up the item I'm thinking, but I might do a giveaway, right before Christmas, for something. But you have to. There's going to be information within the video you have to know in order to be entered for the giveaway. So stay tuned. If I release the information on that, it's either going to be, I'll release it in either TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or Instagram. So make sure you're following me on all three. What about the world of Wayneko?
I don't know, man. I don't even know anymore. I just do things as they come. I don't even know anymore. I just do them. I just do them whenever. I think I got some stuff that's going to be going on next year that maybe I'll announce on our end of the year, a review that I'll probably announce some stuff I think I got going on next year. I'm not 100% nailed down just yet. I have a lot of things that I would like to do and just not enough time to do them. So yeah. There's a lot of things in this world I would like to do. I think now that I have a book of vlogs that's probably getting this thick of vlog ideas that I have that just keep building that I haven't been able to get to. So I've got a lot of
problem to have though.
I got a lot of videos that I need to make that I just haven't made that I haven't made yet. I love my English. Sometimes my English gets all way out there somewhere. Way out there somewhere. Haven't made yet. I'm gonna go makes me some video.
Makes me some videos.
Makes me some videos. Reminds me of Popeye. Other than that, man, I really don't have anything going on. Just make sure you're catching my video Friday. I've got shorts that are dropping every day. I'm going to continue hammering my shorts each and every day. If you want to see my collections, the easiest way to do it at this moment is to just check out my shorts, because I'm doing all of my Deadpools. I'm doing all of my Funko Freddies right now. Next will probably be all of my zombie Marvel Pops. I mean, so I am doing all of my collections kind of on these shorts, which I think is a super cool creative way
I
to
think it's
see
great.
my whole collection. That way you don't have to like kind of watch a video and then get bored with the 10-hour long video. You get to kind of scroll at your own pace and decide what you want to see and what you don't want to see. So make sure you're checking those out. It's been a lot of fun. Guys, we appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us, and we'll catch
Don't
you
forget to
next
hit that
week.
like button along with that comment and subscribe.
Have a good one, guys.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.